Good morning, guys. Today is gonna be one of those days. Basically, right after I turned the camera off last night, got the vlog edited and uploaded. I knew Christina wasn't feeling particularly well, but she didn't say anything about being sick. Duncan had said his stomach had been hurting a little bit too. And so while I was uploading the vlog, all of a sudden I heard, "Whoa!" And I went upstairs to find that Duncan had exploded. A lot of times when he's feeling sick, he likes to sleep in the floor of the bathroom, so he's close to the toilet. And he was doing that and did not make it to the toilet. So he had exploded all over the floor. So I went to tell Christina about it to get a little bit of help, and she said that she was feeling sick, so I dealt with it by myself. And that was loads and loads of fun. Because he had been sleeping in a sleeping bag instead of sleeping on like towels and blankets and things that can easily be washed. So in addition to being all over the floor, it was all down inside the sleeping bag and on his clothes, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I got him cleaned up as best I could. I got everything else wiped up as much as possible, and actually ended up putting the sleeping bag in the washer. It said on the care tag that it could be washed, so I haven't even checked on that yet this morning, but you may be able to see behind me I have Ellis in the back seat, so I'm taking him to daycare this morning. Christina was up and down all night getting sick, so I got Ellis ready by myself, got all his bottles and everything made. It's gonna be a fun day. But a not so subtle reminder for you, if there's a stomach bug going around, wash your hands. Wash your hands religiously. Wash your hands 20 times a day if you have to. Anytime someone coughs around you, anytime someone touches you, wash. Just wash your hands. Even if you don't think something's happened, wash your hands anyway. Wash them all the time. Because I haven't gotten sick yet, knock on wood. Knock on wood. The funny thing is, when I was having lunch with my coworkers the other day, I mentioned that the baby had been sick, that he'd been, vomiting every few hours and whatnot. And 2 or 3 of my coworkers said, "Didn't he just have that? Didn't your whole family just have that?" I said, "Yeah, apparently it's going around again." I'm sorry, I don't mean to start the vlog with a lot of negativity. You may notice that I have not showered or anything. It's because it's 7:30 in the morning. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. Now, to get back to sort of normal stuff and positivity, last night while I was uploading the vlog, I started out using just my home wireless connection. And my home wireless connection is supposedly only 3 megabits per second. But on the Mac, it was showing 600 or 700 kilobytes per second. But on the router, it was showing 3 megabits a second. So I don't know what was going on there. So I'm thinking that when I was looking at it before, whenever it was showing like 2.5 megabytes per second, it may have only been like 1 point something, which is still like 4 times faster than my normal home connection. It meant that I was able to get the vlog uploaded by like 12:45 a.m. and still had plenty of time to be able to upload another video that I got done last night, one for that little earbud I showed you yesterday. I'm gonna have to keep a very close eye on it, but realistically, if for whatever reason T-Mobile cut me off, it's prepaid. I can just go buy another SIM, get another $30 plan, and be ready to go again. Ben John is ridiculous. Ellis has been dropped off at daycare. Normally, if everybody was going to be at home, we would just keep him at home. But 1, where 2 of the 4 people in the household are now vomiting. And 2, because we don't get a discounted rate or anything if we keep him out for a day, there's no reason not to take him into daycare. And now, I get to delve back into sick house. Rotten boy. I came home, went upstairs to check on Christina and Duncan. Christina's out cold. Duncan was, instead of in the bathroom floor, he's back in his bedroom, in his bed, with his TV turned on, watching SpongeBob, and he wants his breakfast. So he's apparently feeling a little better, which is great. Oh look, he's awake. Alright, he's showered, shaved, and ready to start the day. It's about 9:30, and since I've got a few minutes before my morning meeting, I'm gonna try to attack at least these 2 things again. The big problem I had with trying to make videos about these yesterday were the batteries were completely dead. So now they're charged up, they're ready to go. And me too. Of course, the problem is there's apparently a thunderstorm going on outside, so every time I even think about sitting down to turn on the camera, large thunderclaps, lots of rain noise. It's just the way it works. Whoa, what the heck happened? I turn around and all of a sudden, downpour in the rain, lots of thunder, lots of lightning, lots of really, really loud noise. And I did make the very, very stupid mistake of attempting to plug the OnePlus 3 into my laptop again. I actually uninstalled the Android file manager thing for Mac, and nope, it still completely locked the computer up. There's something weird about it. And I think it's actually that it tries to pull up and install drivers, so it's actually mounting itself twice. And it confuses it. So as I said yesterday, I may actually have to plug this into a PC and see what it does. For the time being, I found out that you can actually do USB on the go. You just have to enable it in their Files app. So I was able to copy all the files off that way. That may be another good way around it if you have a USB Type-C drive. Not everybody does. But for the time being, 3 minutes from now I have a morning meeting. I did take just a minute and film the next part of the thing about the quadcopter. Basically just saying, here it is charged up, here's what it looks like, let's run it through a battery. That's all I've been able to get done. Yeah. Well, that stinks more than just a little bit. I've been at home getting work done and whatnot. Christina and Duncan are finally up and about. They're still not 100%, but Duncan seems to be feeling a lot better. He ate lunch and everything. Christina, I had to actually wake her up at almost noon, but I just got a call from the daycare. Ellis has apparently thrown up 4 times today, like explosive, gigantic mess. So they've made the determination that I have to come get him, and he has to stay out for 24 hours. Well, he has to be symptom-free for 24 hours, so no vomiting at all for 24 hours before he can come back. And I cannot blame them in the slightest. I'm just saying that it kind of sucks. And beyond that, we have to actually take him to the doctor. He has to have a doctor's note before he can go back. I'm just curious if they're doing this to the other parents that they mentioned to me this morning, that there are other kids that have had this stomach bug that have been getting sick. It just makes me really curious what they're doing to Ellis there that is making him throw up. Because he is not, like I'm saying, he has not, knock on wood, thrown up for us at home in the last couple of days. Either way, I've got to go get him, and then we're probably just going to take him to the clinic here in town. And I've got him. He's in the back seat. They gave me a little note and everything, made me sign off saying we wouldn't bring him back before tomorrow at this time, and that's only assuming that he's been completely symptom-free for the next 24 hours. So he's going to have to be out of daycare all day tomorrow, which is loads of fun. The weird thing about it, though, is 2 things. One, the lady in charge of his class mentioned that she had taken pictures of the vomit, or pictures of him vomiting or something, as proof, because apparently the person in charge doesn't seem to think that we believe he's been vomiting. I totally believe that he has been, because he has at home. I just told them that he hasn't been recently, that he hasn't been doing it for us at home specifically, not recently. But the other part that was really weird is that he's wearing the exact same clothes that he went to daycare in today. And there were no dirty clothes. There was no bag full of clothes that were all soiled and wet. And normally, projectile vomit-wise, there would be. Because at home, anytime that he's done anything like this, he has legitimately covered himself, made a big puddle in the floor, wherever else it happens to land. This is even the bib that he was wearing this morning, and there's a little teeny tiny spot on it. That's it. It's not wet. It's not, well, not any more wet than it would be if he'd just been drooling on it. It doesn't smell bad. That makes me suspicious. So I don't really know. Realistically speaking, yes, he probably did throw up. Maybe they put a big plastic bib on him or something. We've got something similar to that at home for when he's eating baby food that goes down like past his waist and has a big pocket on the front so it catches everything. Maybe that's what they did. It's a mystery. It's definitely a mystery. All right, about to get Ellis checked out. I think I skipped ahead a little bit, but picked Ellis up and they said he had to have a doctor's note, so we took him to the little clinic. They said no. They said we don't treat anybody under 2 years. And so we're at this little urgent care place, and hopefully they're not gonna be able to do anything. They'll just check him and make sure he doesn't have a fever and say keep an eye on him, and here's a doctor's note. Okay. Well, we skipped past most of the evening, but it's been a dramatic one. He's been trying to sit up just like this. I tried to get him to sit up without any sort of assistance, and he did all right, but he didn't stay up. He tried to crawl, he ate baby food, and he exploded.
He threw up all the baby food.
All of the baby food and a lot of the bottle, and yuck. Just gross. Yuck.
But now he decided he wants to go for a drive.
Yeah, he just wants to drive. He must be yelling at a really bad driver.
Get out of my way!
The Ellis coming through. Brr, he's got road rage.
Oh, he's sleepy still.
Yeah.
Mommy slept too much.
She slept a lot of the evening. Duncan is now in bed. We're actually going to skip the workout for tonight because she's still not feeling particularly great. Still hadn't eaten much of anything.
I've eaten about a handful of Cheez-It crackers and had some grape juice. That's all I've had today.
Yeah. So. It's a good way to get some sugar into her system, but you don't overload with anything. Duncan ate like there was no tomorrow. He seems to be fine now. It's the way kids are. Like somebody will just eat and eat and eat, but then vomit it up later. Hopefully Duncan doesn't do that tonight. Yeah.
Ew. Pizza would have been a bad choice for later.
I didn't even mention, because she wasn't eating, and we wanted something quick and easy, I got pizza for Duncan and myself. So funny. Ow, it's kicking me in the belly. Oh! I'm doing boy push-ups. Press-ups. Chest press. Hacha. Woo! Oh no! We moved his little rocker sleeper thing back down here, and he's been out for a while. He's actually sleeping so hard in there, he's snoring, he hasn't been moving, he hasn't been making much noise at all. And it's looking like I'm gonna be at home alone with him tomorrow for the entire day because, again, he cannot go back to daycare until he's been symptom-free for at least 24 hours. He does have a doctor's note, though, so once we've made it through a full day, so hopefully all day tomorrow he will not, knock on fake wood here, hopefully tomorrow he will not get sick and overnight and everything. So we'll just have to see what happens, I suppose. And unfortunately, that means I can't get much of anything done tomorrow. Maybe, just like right now, if he naps tomorrow, I'll be able to get some work accomplished, being day job stuff and video making stuff. One of you guys in the comments mentioned that you really want to see stuff about this controller, and I'm really looking forward to getting to make more videos about it, or at least to finish the first video about it, but I legitimately didn't have time to do much of anything today. As I mentioned earlier, I took a very quick look at this little quadcopter, flew it around the room one time, didn't even capture that on camera, and then Duncan was awake and Christina was in the back and forth, and it's been such a long day. But we survived. We made it through. We'll make it through tomorrow and the next day. And actually, I got an excellent email. I'm going to have to actually go back and reply to that because I just remembered I haven't replied yet about 3D printing. So that's something to be very excited and very much looking forward to. That does remind me, I do have to dig all the pile out and get back to where I have a laptop with my 3D printer all set up there because I'm going to have a 3D printer coming hopefully sometime soon that I pre-ordered on Kickstarter. And if things go according to plan, there may be another one coming. So one, I've got to find things to 3D print. And two, I've got to make room to 3D print things. So the pile is going to have to move. That's just what it comes down to. Things are going to have to get reorganized. The whole shelving unit over here is going to have to get reorganized. Maybe a lot of the toys may have to go. Maybe I'll have to just start taking advantage of all of the shelving space and be better organized with everything. But that's another topic for another day. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family. Do not worry too much about them. They will be all right. Hopefully I don't catch anything. I did manage to stupidly eat after Duncan earlier, so hopefully I don't get what they had. But we will see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.